As Rigathi Gachagua is working tirelessly to make sure that he fully rallies his people behind him ahead of the 2027 general elections, he still faces knocks from within. There are those individuals who have not yet embraced him as their leader. They are questioning his kind of personalities and also his self-acclaimed leadership. And so, before we jump right into our critical analysis, I want you to listen keenly to this audio clip.
Leadership, and this is my problem with Kashagua. Kashagua is insisting he's our leader, but actually he's misleading our community. He's misleading us with these utterances and the hatred he has against Ruto for firing him. He wants us to wear it, all of us. I was at a function and I met a very senior member of this government, and he asked me something very interesting. He asked me, when Kashagua left government, did he expect all of us who are in Mount Kenya, who are from Mount Kenya in the government, to live with him? Because he keeps calling us traitors. He keeps insisting we are traitors. That if you're in Mount Kenya, you are from Mount Kenya and you're working with Ruto, you're a traitor. Some of us have been in the executive for decades. We've worked our way up. He expects that we are going to walk out, and if we continue working with Ruto, we are betraying the community. How is that? And this is a conversation we need to have as a community. We need to ask ourselves, must Kashagua be in charge of government for Mount Kenya to be supported? Is he the only one? So that if he's not in government, then Mount Kenya is not in government. We have, I don't know how many CSs, PSs, parastatal heads, leaders of very critical infrastructure of government, from security to defense forces, who are from Mount Kenya. But Kashagua's intention is to bastardize them, to the extent that they can't even do anything to help the community because they are viewed as betrayers and traitors to the community. How is that? As I continue in this series, one of the things I'm going to be looking at is Raila, who Kashagua really wants to be like. How many times has Raila run for president and lost? Once he loses, because he has the aspirations and the interest of the people who supported him, he finds a way of ensuring that this government that he did not vote for delivers for the people who supported him against this government. Kashagua would prefer we do not have any engagement with this government because he's not in it. Forget about the fact that he's the one who went campaigning for it, where some of us were saying he should not be voted for. But because he's been fired from being the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, he now wants all of us to hate Ruto with the same hatred that he hates Ruto with. I don't know how practical that is, but even just assume it is practical. It is like me telling the people of Nyeri, who all insist that my bursary process was very, very good when I was in office. And they admit that the current system is not as good. It's like me telling them, don't apply for any bursaries until I come back to office. So these children who are in high school or in campus or in college are supposed to wait and not benefit from this government at all, or from the leadership of the current MP, until I come back. That is not leadership. Leadership is helping the people who believe in you to go through the problem that is there at this moment in time. If we agree that there's a problem in the country, Gachagua should be telling Mount Kenya people how to get the best that they can from this government, even as he plans how to remove it. Not telling them not to have anything to do with this government, we will remove it. Roads have been built. Dams have been built. Mount Kenya people have been taxed today. Those taxes are being used by government to do development. Kashagua is telling us, don't ask for any development until we come in, despite the fact that part of our money is being used to make developments. So don't go to Ruto. Don't go to the head of state, who we compete viciously. Kenyans compete viciously to become president so that you have the power to oversee the distribution of resources. So there's only one person in this country who oversees distribution of resources, by law and by constitution. He sits in State House. Today it's Ruto. A couple of years ago it was Uhuru. Before that it was Kibaki. Time it was Moi. Like that. Today it's Ruto. Kashagua is telling us don't have anything to do with this man. He's a bad man. He's stealing our money. while we are being taxed, and this man doesn't want us to talk to is in charge of how those taxes go to different parts of the country. That is my problem with Kashagua. So when you see me injecting, when you see me making fun of him, when you see me going after him, it's not personal. I'm doing it because this guy is misleading Mount Kenya. He's misleading Kenyans in very many ways, and we will be talking.
I am one person who believes like 100% that the problems you are facing currently in Kenya cannot be solved by Rigathi Gachagua. The problems such as unaffordable healthcare, unaffordable education, unaffordable economy, and also unemployment. These are problems which, according to me, Rigathi Gachagua can't solve because he is a self-interested person. He is after his own good. Let's start. Right now, in Mount Kenya region, every politician who is not allied to Rigathi Gachagua is branded a name. And actually, it is a common name to all of them. A traitor to the community. And why? Just because these leaders cannot abide to ideas of Rigathi Gachagua. So Rigathi Gachagua and his team are trying by all means to make these leaders who are not pro him be rejected by the same people who elected them as their leaders. So in a nutshell, Rigathi Gachagua wants to be an absolute leader in Mount Kenya region. And I hope you still remember in 2022, when they were campaigning, he also called the then president Uhuru Kenyatta a traitor to the community, just because he was supporting Raila Odinga. He didn't talk or say anything good about the then president Uhuru Kenyatta to his own people. He even went further to insult him and even his entire family. Like a week ago, he was at Murang'a County, and while there, he attacked Ndindi Nyoro, the Kiaru member of parliament, calling him a traitor too, just because Ndindi Nyoro has not yet accepted to be in his team. Actually, Ndindi Nyoro is playing a nice game. He is a fence-sitter. He is neither supporting the government nor the opposition. He is just neutral. And that is what is upsetting Rigathi Gachagua, because he knew that by the time that Ndindi Nyoro parted ways with the Kenya Kwanza government, he would come to his side. But that is what the Kiaru member of parliament has not done yet. So he decided to launch an attack on him, calling him a traitor, trying by all means to make sure that Ndindi Nyoro is rejected by his own people. He never said anything about Ndindi Nyoro. He only called him a traitor. And mark you know that Ndindi Nyoro is one of the best performing members of parliament we currently have here in Kenya. Someone who's delivering and performing to his people. Rigathi Gachagua, just because Ndindi Nyoro is not part of his team, decided now to call Ndindi Nyoro a traitor. He never talked anything good about the MP, the development he has brought to the people of the Kiaru constituencies. He only talked about him as a traitor. That can tell you that Rigathi Gachagua is someone who is self-centered. That if you can't support him, no matter how good things you do to your people, he will try as much as possible to smear you with mud. That is not the kind of a leader we should have in Kenya. And let's say that unfortunately he becomes the president. I say unfortunately because according to me, he is not the right person Kenyans would have as the president. Those communities who will not vote for him will be as well termed as traitors, and they will not get services like other communities who voted for him. So that's where we can also draw the term he came up with, the shareholding or shareholders. If he can form a government, then his government cannot be inclusive in terms of performance. He would work for only those who voted for him and leave to work for those who never voted for him. And now he's trying now to persuade Kikuyus not to take anything from the Kenya Kwanza government. He's forgetting that these people are paying taxes to the government, so they need to be worked for. And right now again, this Kenya Kwanza government is where the Kikuyus are in government. Parastatals are mad by this community, the CSS, and many other departments which Kikuyus are in. But he doesn't talk about that. He only talks about the negativity that is happening to Kikuyus. He's trying by all means to be an absolute leader, just like I said earlier, to the entire Mount Kenya region. Guys, that is my take. Do you think that Rigathi Gachagua is the rightful leader to the Mount Kenya people? And is he the right leader to Kenyans at large? You can as well let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in our next video. Bye and take care.